What do you do to everybody? So I know my fans, I'm live broadcasting from my website. My fans gonna post this story on YouTube. We don't do it for the views. But so I was delaying of telling the story, but this story needs to be told. It's a very important story. Also, I want to say to all the Davids and the different universes, because it's 5 different universes. To all the Davids, this story got to get out there. If anything, the family has to hear this, because this is mainly about them seeing themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we treat a family member a certain way and we think that we justified to treat them the way we treat them. You know what I'm saying? And I just had a beautiful talk with my dad, who was God, and they had no right to treat, the other Davids the way they've been treating him, giving him the cold shoulder. He never asked for that damn life. So if he never asked for that life, why the fuck would you treat that man like that? You know what I'm saying? I just don't, God, like, if they end up getting sick or something happening to them, they're gonna want somebody to save them or make them better. But they don't know all the fucked up shit they done done. You know what I'm saying? So if you done a lot of evil shit to somebody and now it's time for your punishment, but you don't feel like you deserve to get punished, you need to look back on how you were. You need to look at all the shit you done. You know what I'm saying? So this story is well deserved to be told. Um, I'm about to go in, and when I say that David Sims in the parallel universe, when I say he did the damn thing, he finally let go of a lot of shit that that shocked not just his damn family, but even his damn mother. He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Because he got kids of his own. And the one thing he don't want to be is how his mother was to him. His mother neglected him. You know what I'm saying? She chose her job every time over him. Never took his feelings seriously. Even when he tried to talk to her. He tried to talk to a lot of the family members, but they didn't give a damn. They feel like everything else was so important than listening to their little brother or, just hearing them out. You feel what I'm saying? So my love life and career is in a parallel universe, and I hope that nobody catch feelings with this story. But I pretty, I mean, if you're a person, you're gonna catch feelings, cause everybody get offensive when they hear shit. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't for me to piss you off. It's just the truth. So the story starts off with, I was with these producers and stuff like that, and I found out I got the role for Little Richie. Little Richie is a really good singer. I did a song called, Tutti Frutti, dedicated to Little Richie. They found out that I did that song. They ended up liking the song. They liked that song was very creative. They liked my voice. I didn't audition for the role. I didn't have to. I mean, my resume speaks for itself. My movies, my TV series, everything speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? So they came to me and they was like, David, we know that you would be good for this role of playing Little Richie. Now I know you probably like, I don't, want to play him. He was gay, and the thing was, Little Richie wasn't gay. He just dressed the way he wanted to dress. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you and Little Richie are the same person. Not totally, but the way y'all dress, how bold you are when you dress, your hair, you know, y'all sing, y'all both musicians. I mean, he's not a damn movie star, but what I'm saying is y'all are, you know, kind of the same person. I wouldn't want to see anybody playing this role but you. I'm like, yeah, and why is that? There's like, David, you playing young Michael Jackson in that Netflix series. That is still number one. And it's a hell of a damn show. I mean, second season coming this summer. I mean, you are doing incredible things. I mean, all of your TV shows, Creed Cousin, everything, everything that's out right now, it's still number one on every streaming platform. I mean, numbers don't lie. If they did, we wouldn't be here. David, we want you to play Little Richie. I'm like, you want me to play Little Richie? They like, now look, it's gonna call for some sacrifices. I'm like what? They was like you got to move to Paris for at least about 2 years. I'm like, what? They was like, look, we know you got projects that you filming and stuff, but you can get them to move the stuff to Paris. I mean, they your productions, right? I'm like, yeah, it is. They was like, okay, so tell the cast and tell all the other people that, look, we moving this stuff to Paris. Look, they'll do anything you say, and you know they will. So I'm like, they're like, look, come on, David. We can't do this biopic story without you. We wanted to keep this a secret. We ain't want to go straight to the press and say, oh, we're doing a Little Richie biopic story. I'm like, don't they already got a Little Richie biopic story on YouTube? He's like, yeah, but that ain't the real one. We want to give them something that they've never seen before. And we think you can deliver that message. So I'm like, I got to talk to my wife about this. So they like, you mean your wife tnerra? I'm like, yeah, my wife tnerra. So they like, okay. All right, well, look, we'll give you 2 days to think about it, David. We'll be here for 2 days. Here's the hotel that we be staying in. And we'll stay here in 2 days and see if you give us an answer. You don't have to give it to us right now. You say you got to talk to your wife so we completely understand. I'm like, good. Well, nice talking to you. And thank you for the offer. So they leaving out. They like, man, we need David to do this fucking movie. So they're like, don't you think that we know that? But we ain't gonna pressure him to fucking play the damn role. We ain't dumbasses. Now look, if we play the cards right and play by his game, let him think about it, 9 times out of 10 he gonna fucking do the role. Now look, we gonna stay at this hotel. They're like, but what if he don't call us? What if we stay here for 2 days for nothing? He gonna call us. It's Little Richie. Who the hell not gonna want to play Little Richie? You know how many people was lined up to play that damn role? I was completely done with the damn auditions when a fucking damn woman tried to audition to play Little Richie. I was just done. I said, I couldn't believe this. Now, damn, I know he made bold ass statements when he dressed, but he wasn't a damn girl the last time I checked. David will kill this fucking role. We know that. We seen his resume, and that man will dominate this fucking role. But we gotta play it by his games. Now let him talk to his wife. So I remember I had to meet my mother. I had called my sister Candace up. I'm like, Candace, look, I'm on my way to see mommy. So she's like, oh, we was gonna move into that house. I'm like, you don't gotta move into that house no more. They're like, well, why? I mean, you still pay for it, right? I'm like, yeah, I still pay for it, but I moved one of my girlfriends in there and her family. So she's like, why the fuck would you do that? I'm like, because it's my damn money. I do what the fuck I want with it. So she's like, oh, okay. I'm like, did you pay for the fucking house? So she's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, okay then. So don't tell me what to do with my fucking money. She's like, what has gotten into you? I'm like, I don't know. Reality. She's like, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, it's supposed to mean that I'm done lending out my hand to a lot of motherfuckers in the family, and all y'all do is talk bad about me or think about me in a negative way. When I try my best to think about y'all in positive ways, because you my sister, because you my brother. I'm just tired of the shit. Because I did nothing wrong to you motherfuckers. Okay? You think I asked for this fucking life? You think I asked for God to reveal himself to me? Although he got his damn perks. I'm the biggest celebrity in the world. But I ain't the only David. I'm pretty sure they're going through major hell with the family. That's why I'm doing this biopic story. Not because of me, because I don't need it. I'm doing it for the other Davids that have different lives, but they got my damn face. They got my damn body. And they wondering why the fuck the family treating them a certain way or giving them a cold shoulder. So don't think I don't know what the fuck going on. I just had enough of the shit. Okay? So you and your little punk ass husband can keep living your life the way. She's like, did you just call my husband a punk? I'm like, yeah. I called him a fucking punk, bitch ass nigga. So I hung up the phone, and I know Candace was just sitting there probably like, what the fuck then got into this nigga? But I'm just done playing games now. I'm done playing games with everybody. I'm done trying to look out for people and trying to be that caring motherfucking brother when all y'all doing is sitting up there judging me or waiting for me to die. Starving me. Trying to starve me so I won't eat and shit. This evil ass shit. Real evil, wicked shit. And you up here saying you following God. God said your mother is not no damn follower of God. Because there's no damn way she would have her damn son starving. It's no damn way. She's making up too damn excuses of how she is. She just don't want to come through for you. That's evil. That ain't no way of God. That's no way of God. None of these people have the way of God. You have the way of God. They don't have the light of God shining on them. It's the damn devil shining on them. Because only the devil would do the stuff they doing. And that's just the truth. You can't fight with reality. Reality fighting with you. So I go meet up with my mom. And she in this group home or whatever, right? Well, I had to sign some papers and stuff like that. Now my mother, she was aware of everything that's going on. She knows what's going on. She's not like out of her fucking mind. She knows what's going on. She's just sick. So I'm like, Mom, you know what's going on, right? She's like, yeah, I thought that Candace said that she was coming to pick me up. We was going to stay at the house you got me. I'm like, you're not staying there no more. She's like, Candace not coming? I'm like, no, she ain't coming. I want to talk to you by myself. She's like, when am I going to ever see my grandbabies? I'm like, you ain't never going to see them. She's like, excuse me? But I'm their grandmother. I'm like, yeah, you are their grandmother. You're right. But you was never a real damn mother to me. How many damn times did I call you? You never answered the phone. How many damn times have you threatened to block me from calling you because I needed you to do things for me? You think I wanted that fucking crappy ass life? You think I wanted that shit? Look at me when I'm fucking talking to you. So she looking at me. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you. How many nights I stayed in the house starving because you ain't never come through? I'm pretty sure when you was at your crappy ass fucking job, you made sure you ate. You made sure you ate a cheesesteak or a fucking damn Chinese platter. Am I right? Am I right? So how the fuck is that fair? You got a son sitting home starving, but you stuffing your face with good food. Then when I'm calling you, you got a fucking attitude. No one asked you to fucking to take on that fucking burden. I didn't ask you to do that shit, did you? She's like, no. I'm like, so why would you make it seem like I told you to do it? I'm angry because even though the other David is going through that shit right now, I still try to do the right thing by making sure that your bills was paid, by making sure you had good food, by making sure you had good health and good nurses checking on you. Look at this. This is a good damn group home. This shit is amazing, ain't it? I ain't do you like you did me. I want you to sit here and think about all the fucked up shit you done did to me. I will never let you see your grandkids, not because of what you did to me. Because there's no way you can love them if you never loved me. You can never give them that love that I give them. When I look my daughters in the face, I promised myself I would never in a million fucking years do my kids the way you did me. I would never just not listen to them if they trying to talk to me, If they trying to really open up to me, I would never just shut them out. I would never answer the phone like I don't want to talk to my own baby. I made them. If I made them, why the fuck I don't want to talk to them? So the thing is that you just never wanted to talk to me. But you wanted to talk to all your other kids. But I'm the fucking baby. So I never asked for the life that I got. You think I asked for God to reveal himself to me? You think I asked for that shit? I didn't ask for it. So you running around saying that you're a follower of God, but I don't see that light on you. I don't see the light on none of the motherfuckers in the family. All I see is a whole bunch of evil motherfuckers. How much evil can I do to somebody in the family? How much evil can I get away with? That's all I see. And I hope you have a good time in this group home, but this is the last time you're going to see me. I'm going to make sure everything paid. I promise. I'm going to make sure everything paid. I'm going to do something you never did before. I'm going to make sure everything paid on time. I'm going to make sure everything is good with you. But you're never going to see my face or my fucking kids. You're just going to watch them grow the hell up and be beautiful women. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see my work through them. That's what's going to kill you if you ain't going to already be dead. So I'm walking out the door and she's like, son, Corey. I'm like, don't call me Corey. My name is David. She's like, well, I want to say I'm sorry, son, that I wasn't the best mother I could be to you. I'm like, you know the funny thing is, I actually fucking believe you. So I got in the car and I started to cry because, you know, that is my fucking biological mother. And it took a lot out of me to say all that stuff to her. It took a lot out of me to say that stuff to her. But it was building up for many years. And I just couldn't hold it in no fucking more. You know what I'm saying? I literally couldn't. It really killed me to say that stuff to her. But I had to. So now I had to meet up with my brothers and sisters. And they came. They met me at this warehouse, at one of my warehouses. Not the main warehouse that I have my soldiers at, but I had my soldiers with me and stuff. And I had some bulldogs, you know, had a couple of them with me. So when they seen me, they didn't know what to expect. Because they seen all of my soldiers and they was carrying pistols and guns and shit. So they didn't know what was going on. So I remember Jermaine was there, Dorian was there, Varian was there, Candace was there, Deetra, Shyla, all of them was there. You know, even my little nephews was there. Because I called for everybody. So I'm like, that's good. I won't let everybody know. Standing here in this damn warehouse, I'm not paying for shit no more. Yeah, you know, I used to look out for y'all for a long time, you know, giving y'all money and shit. And my wife was on my ass about that. Why you keep giving them money and they ain't never treating you fairly? And you know, my wife was right. See, what you gotta understand is I live off principle. So every fucking thing I say, I'll make sure that it's my fucking word. If I say I'm gonna do something for somebody, I'ma do it. If I say I'm gonna come and see somebody, I'ma come and see them. Jermaine. So Jermaine looking at me, I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to you, nigga. I'm talking to you. How many fucking times you told me you was gonna come and see me and hang out with me? And you never came through. Now look at me. I'm worth a lot of damn money now. Don't you wish that you came through and hollered at me then? Huh? Go sit your ass the fuck down. I'm not done with none of you motherfuckers. Cause see, y'all don't want to play this stupid. You see all them damn soldiers with all them damn pistols? Y'all don't want to play this stupid. So try me if you want to. And it's gonna be a hell of a damn 4th of July in this bitch. I'm letting y'all know this right now. I never felt safe around none of you motherfuckers, which is why I got my soldiers with me, which is why I got all these damn thugs with me. I never felt safe around y'all. Y'all never made me feel safe. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying to you is, I'ma just cut to the chase. I'm cutting my fucking ties with y'all. See, what y'all don't understand is that I never asked for this damn life. But y'all walked around giving me a cold shoulder. And even while y'all was giving me cold shoulders, not answering my phone calls, how the fuck you gonna say I don't reach out to the family, but I'm steady calling you? I'm steady trying to check up on you. So how could you actually say that shit? You the one that ain't reaching out. You the one that ain't trying to call. So you know what? I'm done trying. I'm done. I had enough. This ain't because y'all get online and y'all bash me, because I could care less about that dumb shit. That shit ain't I don't give a fuck about social media. Social media don't control my life. So y'all can get online and say whatever the fuck y'all want to say about me. That ain't never gonna faze me. Okay? I'm used to that shit. This ain't about that. This about way deeper than that. This goes back to the principle of y'all being my siblings, but not being good siblings. You understand me? This goes back to y'all choosing your little girlfriends over me. Your little dirty ass girlfriends over me. And yeah, I said that shit. Dirty ass girlfriends over your own brother. Pussy. Choosing pussy over your brother. Choosing dick over your brother. Ain't that right, Candace? We used to choose dick over your brother. When I used to tell you that your boyfriend was hiding drugs in the backyard, but you ain't want to believe me, so you called the police on me. Remember that shit? Because see, these are the things that I don't fucking forget. Remember when you told my baby mother that I was not fit to be a father? Yeah, you don't remember none of this shit, do you, Candace? It's not ringing a fucking bell. All this shit I took inside of me for many a fucking years. And I still, out of all of that, I still tried to be a fucking good brother. I still tried to reach out to you. I still gave you money. All that shit. Even made sure your little punk ass husband, you and your husband, went on that family vacation. I did all that shit. And I ain't asked for nothing in return. And I still don't want nothing in return. But the only thing that I want for y'all right now is to leave me the fuck alone. So Jermaine was like, yo, Corey. I'm like, yo, that's not my name. My name is David. Y'all not allowed to say my fucking name no more. Y'all gotta earn to say my fucking name. None of y'all in here standing in front of my fucking face was a good brother to me or a good sister. Y'all cannot lie to me and try to manipulate my mind and say we was the best brothers and say, no, y'all was not. Y'all was the worst damn brothers and sisters that anybody can ever ask for. To me. Y'all gotta earn to say my fucking name. Justin. Sitting up there throwing shots at the other David. You don't know what that man going through. You don't know, do you? You sitting up there judging him. You have no idea what that man going through. You see what I'm saying? Y'all some clowns, man. Y'all clowns. Y'all don't understand that shit? I'm looking at y'all niggas. Y'all thinking because y'all looking good with clothes and all that shit, that make you a man? Y'all are soft as shit. All these muscles. I can send my soldiers over there right now and they'll beat the all living life out you. And I guarantee you, you'll be fighting for your damn life. You'll be screaming like a bitch. You know why? Because ain't none of y'all really got fight in y'all. Nigga, I'm the one that got real fight, nigga. Starving in the house while everybody going to work. Nobody calling me, checking up on me. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm the real warrior. Y'all niggas just bitches. Y'all can't wait. Oh, yeah, we want this nigga to die. Yeah. I ain't bringing no groceries home. We gonna want this nigga. Yeah, let that nigga die. Let that nigga starve. You see what I'm saying? You think that the Davids wanted that life. You think that they asked for that shit? They ain't asked for that. So I need y'all to understand something. Right now in this warehouse, there's a lot of shit gonna change. And it starts by me telling your asses off. Right in front of y'all fucking faces. Y'all are not allowed to say my fucking name no more. If y'all say my name while y'all on y'all little fucking podcast or whatever, and I see that shit, I'm sending my damn soldiers. And then this is gonna be over. Because I don't look at y'all as family members no more. Y'all not nothing to me. Y'all don't treat me like a damn brother. Y'all never fucking did. I never felt like I was part of the damn family. When y'all threw fucking events. When y'all threw cookouts and parties. When I was there, I didn't see like I fit in. Because everybody wanted to make fun of me or make mockery of me in some kind of way to make themselves feel good about their damn self. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just done with this shit. I got kids of my damn own. And there's no damn way I'm bringing my kids around y'all fake asses. Because if y'all can't love me, you cannot love my daughters. You cannot love my babies if y'all was never sincere about loving me. I want y'all to understand what the fuck I'm saying to y'all. When I look at my daughters, I want to give them everything I never had. You see what I'm saying? All the love that I never got. All the nurturing that I never got. All the wisdom that I never fucking got. From none of you motherfuckers. Know how many damn nights I had to sleep hurting, in pain, while you motherfuckers go off to work, sitting up there making fun of me like I wanted that fucking life. Like I asked for that shit. Gotta be a dumb motherfucker if you think I asked for that fucking life. So y'all motherfuckers don't understand what's happening now. But I think y'all do. I think when y'all get home, it's gonna hit y'all. It's gonna hit y'all real hard. Harder than it ever hit y'all. But I'm gonna keep my foot on y'all throats. I mean, y'all already hear my name everywhere ringing. But it's just gonna get worse. Next month, I got my own month named after me. I'm not letting y'all ride the wave off of me no more. Those days are over. I worked too hard to get to where I'm at. See, what my daddy was gone, what he taught me, and what I want y'all to really understand, what my daddy was gone, what he taught me, is not everything's about you. So why you think I'm doing this biopic? Why you think I'm doing this biopic movie? This biopic trilogy movie that I'm doing, that's a 20-part with Netflix. Why you think I'm doing it? What, to embarrass y'all? No, y'all do that already. Y'all don't need cameras on y'all. Y'all embarrass yourselves already. Y'all, I don't need to put that shit on camera. Y'all do that already. Why you think I'm doing it? I'm doing it to shed light on the other Davids, because they need justice. You understand me? Y'all gonna see what justice look like. Now get the fuck out of my warehouse. All of y'all. Get the fuck out. So they all left or whatever like that. I'm talking to my soldiers. I'm like, make sure that them motherfuckers leave. So they like, all right, boss. I'm like, go ahead out there, make sure and circle the motherfucking building. So, they circled the building. Jermaine tried to come back. I'm like, what do you want, man? So I'm like, look, when I was in a wheelchair, where was you at? Huh? When I was in a wheelchair, where the fuck were you? Huh? Did you call for me? Did you come and check up on me? Did you? Because I don't recall you doing none of that shit. I do recall your ass calling me for fucking money. I do recall you doing that shit. Get your fucking ass out my face, man. I tried to love you like a brother, man. I had high hopes for you, Jermaine, but you turned out to be a bitch. I'm just not gonna lie to you, man. I tried to really have high hopes for you. Cause you my brother. I never wanted to look at you in a disrespectful way. But look, the truth can't lie. You turned out to be a bitch, man. So get the fuck out of my damn face. So I'm like, man, you really don't want these soldiers to stomp your ass out. I ain't gonna ask you again. So he left or whatever like that. And I got in the car. They like, boss, all of them left, sir. I'm like, they all left, all their cars are, and make sure that they asses never find this fucking damn warehouse again. So I pulled off and I went back home to my wife tnerra because I had to talk to her. She was asleep though with the rest of the baby with the babies and stuff. So I woke up, I'm like, tnerra. She's like, David, are you horny? I'm like, yeah, I am horny, but I want to talk to you about something, baby. She's like, okay. I'm like, look, I gotta be real with you. Now, I finally told my mother how I was feeling. They not moving into that house. I moved somebody else into that house. She's like, you did? Okay. So you put her in a group home, like I suggested. I'm like, yeah, I put my mother in a group home, and I finally told her how I felt. She's like, you did, baby? I'm like, yep, I did, and it felt good to get the feelings out. I finally told my brothers and sisters off. She's like, you cut them off? I'm like, yeah, basically you can say that. I'm starting a new chapter in my life. You know, I mean, they already cut me off. I'm just cutting them off financially. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can't ride the wave off my name no more. I won't let them do it. I'm tired of motherfuckers saying things for shock value or bashing my name, but then you calling me asking me for money. You know, you talk bad about me, but then you calling me asking me for a fucking $1,000,000. She's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, but I gotta get on you too. She's like, okay. I'm like, you wasn't all the way with me before. You had some things, you know, how you felt about me. So like, you know what, you're right, David. I felt a lot of ways about you. But I don't feel that way no more. I can tell you that I don't feel that way no more. I promise you. Those feelings are gone. I genuinely don't feel that way no more. I'm like, you don't. She's like, no, I don't, baby. And you have proven to me the type of man you really are. And I have never seen a man like you in a million years. I mean, people and people has families, so you know a lot of people don't even take care of their family members like the way you did, and they didn't really deserve that shit. And you still took care of them. You still made sure they was good. You did that shit for a long time. And I was still not understanding why you was doing the shit you were doing. And it was like clockwork with you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like thoroughly impressed with just how consistent you was of taking care of your family members. And I knew you was hurting inside. I knew you was. So I'm so happy that you decided to tell them off. You know, I'm happy that you finally got everything out that you've been holding in. Because now everything can start better. I'm like, and it will. tnerra, I got I got a role of a lifetime to play. She's like, well, what is it? I'm like, they want me to play Little Richie. She's like, they want you to play Little Richie? Is that Tutti Frutti? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh my God. I actually like Little Richie. I'm like, you like Little Richie? She's like, yeah. Okay. Well, wait, he wasn't blind, right? Which one was the blind singer? I'm like, that was Ray Charles. She was like, okay, that was Ray Charles. Jamie Foxx, he was the one that played Ray Charles, right? I'm like, yeah, he played Ray Charles. So she was like, okay. So Little Richie, he was the Tutti Frutti one, right? The one that was saying Tutti Frutti on Rudy. I'm like, yeah, that's him. She's like, so okay. I'm like, only thing is that I gotta go to Paris. I have to live there in Paris for 2 years. Like David, I can't live apart from you for 2 years. I can't do that. I'm like, no, you coming with me and the babies, of course. She's like, okay, all right, well, that's, I mean, I always wanted to go to Paris. I'm like, you did? She's like, mm-hmm. So when do we leave? I'm like, we leave, well, I really don't got the full details because I told the directors and the producers that I would call them and give them my answer. I didn't give them the answer right then and there. I told them I had to talk to you about it. She was like, well, you know that I'm not going to say don't do it. You know I'm going to tell you to do it. Of course, David. Yeah, okay. We can, yeah, we'll move to, Paris and everything. Yes, of course. I'm definitely with that. I'm like, you are? It's like, I mean, like, I don't got nothing to stay here for. I've been cut my damn sisters off. So it's like, what am I staying here for? Like, I mean, like, I'm definitely down. Yes, let's do it. I'm like, but wait, what about your friend Jasmine? She's like, oh shit, Jasmine. But what if, what if we can pay Jasmine? Like, she can be like a little, like a nanny. Cause I don't trust any old person with my babies. I trust Jasmine though. What if we give her a job as like a living nanny? Cause I'm gonna be filming that reality show and stuff, and then we can just film it in Paris. But that's gonna be like, I'm gonna need somebody to watch the babies, and you're gonna be filming and doing the stuff that you're gonna be working too. So it's like, what if we pay her? Like give her an actual job as like a living nanny. I'm like, living nanny. I'm like, how much will we actually pay her? So she's like, hmm. I mean, you'll be the one paying her. So I mean, how much would you think would be good for her? I'm like, she your damn friend, so what would be the price? So she like, um, shit. I guess we could pay her like 15,000 every first of the month. I'm like 15,000. And she's like, cause David, it's four fucking babies. It's four, and then it's more on the way because I'm pregnant again. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be helping up with these too. So it's like, I think that's a good salary, and that's definitely not minimum wage. So I'm like, 15,000 every first of the month. She's like, yeah, that means that she won't get paid every week or every 2 weeks. She'll be getting paid every first of the month. So I'm like, we should just make it an even damn 20,000. She was like, an even 20,000 every first of the month. I mean, hell, that's definitely even more better. I'm like, yeah. All right, well, you can tell that she hired. So she's like, so that means she will be coming with us to Paris. I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what that means. She's like, okay, I'll talk to her. So me and tnerra, we made love and we cut up and everything like that. And then I had called up the directors and stuff, right? I called them up. It was like, David, sir, what's going on? So I'm assuming you got the answer. I'm like, yeah, I'm in my car right now. I do got the answer. They're like, okay, so what is the answer? So I'm like, the answer is I'll do it. They was like, now you know why we got you coming to Purge. You were bringing your family, your wife and stuff, I'm assuming. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bring the whole production with me because I can't stop filming Stranger Things or Euphoria. So I got to move all that out there, in Purge too. They was like, David, that is no problem. The reason why we want you to live out there in Paris and stuff, and we will be there as well, because we already in Paris. You need to go to training to play the piano. I don't think you know how to play the piano, so that's going to be because little Richie, his whole thing was playing the piano. So I'm like, yeah, I know. So they was like, yeah, we definitely got to train you to play the piano and get into the rhythm, of playing Little Richie. So I'm like, okay, that's no problem. So they're like, okay, so you saying that that's a yes? I'm like, it is a yes. So they're like, I'm like, just one more question. When do I actually got to be out there? So they're like, we can start working on it in 2 weeks. So we'll give you a full 2 weeks before you actually move out there in Paris. We'll pay for everything. I'm like, I already got my private plane station. Like, you don't have to pay for nothing. I got a private plane. I got a private plane airport, right? You don't got to worry about that. I got that. So they like, okay. Well, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm like, so I'll move in 2 weeks. They like, yes, 2 weeks. Give you 2 weeks to get everything in order. Talk to all your producers and the people that work for you, and all the cast members that you working with for all these other productions. You know what I'm saying, to get them all ready too. So I'm like, all right, yeah, that would be perfect. I appreciate that. So they're like, all right, David, nice doing business with you. I'm so damn fucking happy. So they get off the phone. They was like, so what'd he say? What'd he say? So he was like, if you can't tell by the tone on my face, his ass said yes. He doing it. They're like, he doing it? So he's like, yeah, he doing it. David doing it. Like, yes, get the fuck out of here. Yes. So I remember I haven't seen Maddie Ziegler in a long time. Maddie Ziegler got a boyfriend and everything. Uh, but I have been keeping my eye on Maddie Ziegler, you know. And I just remember I go check up on Maddie, right? So Maddie boyfriend opens the door and he was like, what are you doing here? And how did you know how to get here? Like who told you where we lived at? I'm like, Maddie did. So he like, Maddie, why would she what? I'm like, well, I'm here to talk to your girlfriend, if you don't mind. He was like, actually, I fucking do mind. So Maddie was like, come on, David, let's go in my room and talk real quick. So she was like, stay right here. I'll be right back. So she was like, look, I got to talk to David. It's kind of important. So he's like, what the fuck you mean it's kind of important? I know you ain't. So you trying to tell me that you want me to leave? She's like, yeah, I mean, for a few minutes, maybe an hour or two. So he like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. You gotta be. There's no way that you mean that shit. So she's like, I actually do. Can you just come back in like 2 hours? So he's like, what the fuck are y'all gonna be doing in a room for 2 hours? So it's like, can you just leave? Okay, like, can you just do that? So he left or whatever like that. And Maddie comes in the room. She's like, okay, I'm here front and center. So what's wrong? So I'm like, Maddie, I've been lying to my damn self. I do miss you. She's like, you do? I'm like, yeah, I miss you. And I don't want you with him. I want you back. She's like, you want me back? Really? I'm like, yeah. So she was like, then why'd you get me drugged off of that fucking movie set when I came to visit you? I'm like, what you talking about? She's like, when I came to visit you, you had your soldiers drag me off the fucking premises. Like, I felt, not only did I felt embarrassed, but I was like, I just felt very, what is that fucking word? I can't think about it. But I definitely felt like that was really fucked up. I'm like, I never told them to drag you off the premises. She's like, you ain't never tell them to do it. So why did they do it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna ask them though. They never even told me you came. So she's like, no, this was around the time that your ass was in the wheelchair. I'm like, oh, that's probably because they thought you had something to do with it. They really was on edge. They thought all the girls had something to do with it. They probably was doing that to a lot of celebrity girls I was talking to. So she was like, why would they really think that I had something to do with that shit? I don't even know how to orchestrate something like that, let alone actually go through with that shit. So I'm like, Maddie. She's like, what? I'm like, are you gonna let me make love to you? Or are you just gonna sit here and keep on complaining? She's like, you know that I'm gonna let you fuck me, David. Of course. Why would I ask my boyfriend to leave if I'm not gonna let you have sex with me? Of course, yes. The answer is yes. So I'm like, oh, it's like, but I just had to get some shit off my chest. I'm like, oh, okay. So we did, end up having sex and, making love. But then I asked her after we was done having sex, I'm like, so do that mean that you're my girlfriend again? So she's like, I don't know. I mean, do you want me to be your girlfriend again? I'm like, yeah, I do. So she's like, okay, okay, I'll be your girlfriend again. So she's like, but I can't just break up with my boyfriend. Like, you got to work with me here. I'm like, all right, I'll work with you. She's like, all right. I'm like, can I hit it one more time before his ass come back? You know, I know he gonna come back. She's like, yeah, you can hit it one more time. So we had sex or whatever, and I just remember I wanted to take Maddie out on a date because I ain't seen Maddie in a long time. So I was like, Maddie, I want to take you out today. She's like, you do? I'm like, yeah, Maddie. Look, I want to prove to you that I miss you. So she's like, and you think a date is gonna prove that? I'm like, yeah, I think a date will prove that. So she's like, wait, wait one fucking minute. I'm like, well, okay, what's up? She like, I need to ask you, you didn't by any chance try this same shit with my sister? I'm like, what, Mackenzie? She's like, yeah. Did you go to her and say this same shit to her? I'm like, no. She's like, you didn't. I'm like, no, I didn't. She's like, so if I called her and asked her, did you come and see her? She gonna say no. I'm like, yeah, you call her right now. She's like, yeah, you real confident. All right, I ain't gonna call her because you must be telling the truth. All right, fine. Okay. All right, we can go out. What time you want me to start getting ready? I'm like, get ready around 3, like in the afternoon. She's like, I know what that means, David. You don't have to insinuate what getting ready at 3 means. I'm pretty sure you mean the afternoon. I'm like, yeah, I do. She's like, oh, okay, that's fine. So when I leave, you know, I get in the car and her boyfriend came back like 5 minutes after I left. He was like, all right, I know his ass ain't still in here. Where he at? So she's like, will you calm the fuck down? Will you calm down? He's already gone. So he's like, I just want to know one thing. Why the fuck you wanted me to leave for 2 whole damn hours? Why would you want me to leave for that long? So she like, because I asked you to. And if you trust me, you should know that nothing happened. So he's like, then why is your skirt on backwards? Your skirt is on backwards. It's on the other way. So she like, it is. So he's like, it wasn't like that when I fucking left. So she like, I mean, I had to go to the bathroom. So he's like, you had to go to the bathroom. And you just magically put your skirt on backwards. So she like, what are you trying to accuse me of? I told you nothing happened. So he like, yeah, but y'all was here for 2 whole hours. And you trying to tell me that nothing happened. She like, nothing happened. Okay, you can believe me or not. He was like, I don't fucking believe you. She's like, then break up with me then. So he's like, why you want me to break up with you so damn fast? She's like, because I'm not going through this shit with you. I said nothing happened. So you even can fucking believe me or you can break up with me. Because if you don't believe me, that means you don't trust me. So that means that we shouldn't be together. So he like, all right, I ain't breaking up with you. I guess I don't got no choice but to take your word, huh, Maddie? She's like, yeah, whatever. So I just remember I get in the car, I'm driving or whatever like that. Now I'm on my way. I'm on my way to see Thugalicious. Y'all know who Thugalicious is? Thugalicious is Zendaya. So I go see Zendaya, and I'm like, baby, I gotta talk to you about something. She's like, what's wrong, baby? I'm like, I got a chance of a lifetime. It's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I got a chance to play Little Richie. She's like, Little Richard? The Tutti Frutti dude? I'm like, yeah. She's like, they're doing a biopic on him? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you probably would kill that role too. I'm like, yeah, I know I will. So she's like, okay, so what's the downside? Like, you came over here like it's bad news or something. So I'm like, well, I got to move to Paris for 2 years. Say, what? Wait, that can't be possible because we're in the middle of filming the Euphoria movie. We're working on a movie. How you just gonna leave for 2 years? I'm like, look, you're coming too. She's like, I am. I'm like, the whole cast, The whole production, all of y'all coming to Paris. We gonna finish the movie out there. So she like, okay, okay, cool. I'm like, so look, are you okay with that? She's like, well, I'm gonna be out there too, so yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I just thought that you was gonna leave without telling me shit. Like I just thought you was just gonna leave for 2 years and then we wasn't gonna finish the movie. So I'm like, no, no, I wouldn't do that. I would never leave my priorities. You know, I got responsibilities. I know how to keep that shit in order. I just wanted to let you know. It's like, David, I can't believe you gonna be playing Little Richie. I'm like, it's like, so is it gonna be in theaters? I'm like, I'm assuming that it is gonna be in theaters. So she's like, oh my goodness, Little Richie got his own biopic story. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. I actually am excited for you to play this fucking role. I'm like, you are? It's like, yep. I really am, cause he seemed like an interesting motherfucker. I'm like, he dude, like he 100% dude. Like I mean, he just seems very interesting from the way he was dressed, like his clothes and stuff, his hair, just him in general. Just I'm very curious to know what type of man he really was. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Well, I guess we're gonna find out together. She was like, I guess so, David. So it's like, is that all you came here for? Is for business, or did you come here for pleasure too? So I'm like, well, I came here for pleasure. She's like, oh, okay. So me and Zendaya, we made love and we cut up and everything. And I remember Zendaya, she had other projects that she was working on in the town that we was at, but she was willing to like put those projects on hold until she get back from filming the movie Euphoria. Euphoria. So she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a serious meeting and stuff with a lot of these companies tomorrow since we're gonna be moving to Paris." But how long before we move to Paris? Like, how long we got? So I'm like 2 weeks. She's like, that's more than enough time to get everything in order. Like, yeah, get my stuff packed up and everything. That's definitely a lot of time. So yeah, that's good timing. I'm like, it is. She's like, yep. She's like, did you tell Storm Reed yet? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell Storm Reed. She's like, yeah, you need to go tell her little lying ass. So I'm like, y'all still ain't talking. She's like, David, I'm never gonna talk to that bitch because what she did is unforgivable. She went online and she bashed me for no. She did that for no fucking reason. She had no reason to get online and said that shit. She got online and straight up lied on my fucking name. I will never forgive that bitch for that. So I'm like, okay, all right, well, yeah, I'm gonna tell her. So she's like, yeah, you go ahead and you tell that lying ass bitch. And when you do tell her, you also tell that bitch, stop lying on my fucking name. Make sure you add that shit in there too. So I'm like I'm not adding that in there. You tell her. She's like, I already did. Should have slapped her ass when I told her. So I'm like, look, man, everybody needs to stop being so damn evil. It's like, I'm not, first of all, David, let's make one thing clear. Let's make one thing clear. First of all, David, I'm not being evil. Okay? She was the one being evil when her little fucking ass got online and lied on my fucking name. I ain't get online and do that shit to her. She did that shit because she wanted to. And she up there told me she had a justified reason to fucking do it. What was the justified reason, bitch? Cause I never put my hands on that dumbass bitch. I never hit her. I never threatened her. Or none of that shit. So she got online and she straight up fucking lied on me. So you know what? I'm never fucking with that bitch for that. So no, I'm not being evil. I'm being fair. So I'm like, okay. All right, that's y'all situation. I ain't getting into the middle of that. It's like you already in the middle of that. Cause you was the reason why she did it. You was the reason why she got online and fucking lied. You was the reason why she did that shit. Cause she's on your dick. And she knows that I'm your bitch. So she got online lying on me because she's one of your other bitches that you fucking on. You see? So like it or not, David, you already in the middle of it. It's because of you she did that shit. I want you to know that you're the reason. I want you to get that in your fucking head. I'm like, all right, I might be the reason. You are the reason, David. You're the fucking reason. The problem stems from you. Although you didn't tell that bitch to get online and lie. You ain't tell her to do it. You ain't put a gun to her head. But she did do that shit at the end of the day. I'm like, okay. She's like, just like fucking Bella Thorne got online and lied. Because you fucking her too. And impregnated her ass too. See what I'm saying? All this shit stems from you. These bitches, when they do what they do, it's because of you. You get what I'm saying? So yes, I'm pissed off because they lied on me. They had no reason to lie on me because I did nothing to that girl at that fucking premiere. I ain't do nothing to Bella Thorne. I didn't smack her little white ass, did I? I asked her to get out of the fucking bathroom because nobody was talking to her ass. So I'm like, this must be a touchy subject for you. Say, yes, it is, David. And I'm really getting tired of you taking a fucking side. I'm like, I'm not taking nobody damn side, man. What are you talking about? So I ended up making love to Zendaya, and she ended up calming down and relaxing, because Zendaya was pretty damn hyped the hell up. So I remember I went to go see Bella Thorne to check up on her, and she's having 6 babies. All 6 of them babies are mine. But she looked really big. Like the last time I seen her, she 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 was like plump, like fat. But now she fat. You know what I'm saying? She FAT. So she opened the door and I was like, Bella Thorne? She's like, yeah, it's me. David, I miss you. Come here. So I'm like, damn girl, you look different. It's like, oh, I don't look sexy to you no more. I'm like, you do. Say, David, it's not my fault that these babies making me gain weight like crazy. I'm gaining double the weight because it's more than one baby in me. It's 6 babies. That's six damn pregnancy weights on my damn body. I'm like, oh, I get what you're saying. It's like, what, you couldn't recognize me when I opened the door? I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, you was definitely unrecognizable. So she was like, thank you for being honest, David. So I'm like, no, but you still my baby. She's like, okay. I'm like, look, I love you, girl. I just wanted to let you know that I got the role to play Little Richie. She's like, Little Richie, is that the one that sang Tutti Frutti? I'm like, yeah. I got moved to Paris for 2 years. She's like, you got moved to Paris for 2 years. I'm like, it's like you can't wait. You gonna up and leave me? I'm like, no, you coming with me. She's like, so I'll be living in Paris. I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you want to. She's like, yes, because I'm not going through this pregnancy by my damn self. I didn't make these damn babies by my damn self. Did I put 6 babies in me? I'm like, no. It's like, okay then. So yeah, I am going. I will take you up for that offer. Yes, I will definitely go. So I'm like, okay. She's like, well, when do I gotta start packing? I'm like, well, we leave in 2 weeks. She's like, oh, but that's more than enough time to get ready. I'm like, it is. Like, yeah, that give me time to tell my mom and stuff and my family. That's more than enough time. So I'm like, okay. She's like, Dave, you horny? You want to have sex? I'm like, yeah. It's like, cause I mean, I am horny. So I'm like, okay. She's like, now I hope I'm still kind of attracted where you can still have sex with me. So I'm like, yes. And stop trying to make me feel guilty. She's like, I'm not. So we had sex, and after we had sex and cut up and stuff, I ain't gonna lie, it was good though. I mean, she still looks sexy even though she fat. Like, she's not ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so you and Zendaya, y'all in a good place? She like, David, there you go with those fucking jokes. You know goddamn well me and Zendaya is not in a good damn place, and we ain't gonna never be in a good place. That girl, first of all, she cannot just let you go. Because she knows damn well that I'm your girl and I don't owe her anything. Just because I'm your girlfriend and you impregnated me, she act like I owe her something. Like we best friends, or like we've been over each other's house doing each other nails and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we had sleepovers and shit. We are not teenagers no more. We're grown ass fucking adults. So it's like we been with our different ways, bitch. You went your different way and I went my different way. So it's like, why are you mad? Because I'm dating you and whatever. Thing is that that bitch can't be trusted any damn way. So she was like, look, David, I love you, but I need to ask you a favor. I'm like, well, what? She was like, I need you to never bring up Zendaya's name ever fucking again. Okay? Because I don't want to hear about that bitch. Because we never gonna be cool. Ever. I'm like, okay. Okay, I can do that. I can respect your honor and your wishes as a woman. She's like, thank you. So we did end up having sex and making love again. Now, look, I went to go see Erica, and Erica is staying at one of my apartments. So, Erica, she opened the door. I'm like, Erica, I gotta tell you something. She's like, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to relay this back to the whole cast. She's like, I don't think your little girlfriends that's a part of the show Stranger Things, I don't think they're gonna want me to relay anything coming from you. Not saying that they wouldn't listen, but they'd be like, why you tell me instead of them? I'm like, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. She's like, what's the news? I'm like, the news is I'm going to be playing Little Richie in a biopic story about him. She's like, Little Richie, is that the Tutti Frutti? Is that him? I'm like, yeah, that's him. She's like, oh, okay, that's good news. That's amazing news. What's the downside? I mean, you saying it like it's a bad thing. I'm like, well, I gotta move to Paris for like 2 years. I gotta have like training to play the piano and stuff. So she's like, okay, so what happens to Stranger Things? I mean, you're currently on the show. You're like in every episode. So I'm like, the whole cast and all of y'all gonna be coming with me. We gonna move it out there in Paris. We'll finish it out there in Paris. She's like, oh, okay, so when do we leave? I'm like, we leave in 2 weeks. She's like, okay, well, do you want to do something with me? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, I don't look sexy to you right now? You see what I got on, right? I'm like, yeah, it's like, so you saying that this not turning you on? Your dick not hard? I'm like, it's hard. She's like, okay, so you still want to talk about business or you want to pleasure your damn dick? Which one you want to do? So I'm like, I want to do the other one. She's like, pleasure your dick? I'm like, yeah, it's like, yeah, that's a good answer. So we ended up having sex and making love and everything. And I wanted to know how her relationship was going with her mom after we had sex. She was like, David, it's going the way it's going. My mom not talking to me. I'm like, what is wrong with mothers not talking to their kids? So she was like, David, I don't fucking know. But you know what? I'm not going to sit there because it's not my fault that I'm living my life. I'm damn near 20 years old. So when did you expect me to get fucked? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't see why my mother is being a big ass hypocrite. Because around my damn age, I heard that she lost her virginity at like 17 years old or close to like 16. She was 16 when she started fucking. So I'm saying, like, at least I waited till I'm 20 years old. At least I waited till I was 20 to lose my virginity. So it's like, what's the problem? So, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going through this with her. Because I'm having a baby. Whether with the babies, I'm having it with or without her. So she can support me with it, or she don't have to. But I'm not gonna sit here and feel like I'm doing something wrong because she don't want me to be pregnant. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, I tried to, like, when she left here, I tried to call her and talk to her, but she was like, I'm not even trying to call my mother a bitch, but she was being a bitch on the phone. She really was. And you know what I think? I think it's because mothers realize that they're getting old. And they realize that now they wish that they was teenagers in this era. And so they get upset when they actual young daughters is living the life that they actually want to live. So they'll take their angers out on their fucking kids. But it's not the kids' fault that your ass old as shit. It's not our fault that you was born in the wrong time or whatever. It's not our damn faults. So putting the blame on your kid like it's their fault for living their life and having a life. It's not their fault that you getting old, that you peaking at life. What the fuck? So it's like you blaming me because you getting old. So I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, it's like it's not my fault. It's not my fucking fault. So, You sitting up there, you pointing the finger at the wrong person. You need to be pointing it at yourself. And there's a lot of old people that look good for their age. So even though you old, don't mean you gotta feel sorry for yourself. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. But I kind of want to beat it up again. She's like, oh, you don't want me to talk. I'm like, no, you can talk after I beat it up. She's like, oh, okay. So I had sex with her, made love with her, which was really good, by the way. And then I remember, the girl I called White Zendaya, I was going to call her, but then, Scarlett called me. No, no, yeah, it was Scarlett. The girl that plays on Creed Cousin with me. She called me. She's like, hi, David. I'm like, who is this? She's like, Scarlett. I'm like, Scarlett, what's up, girl? She's like, hey, baby. I'm like, hey. She's like, are you busy? I'm like, say, did you get those photos I sent to you? You get them? Cause I mean you didn't like text me back and let me know you got them. So I'm like, yeah, I got them. It's like, David, remember what I told you? When I send you naked photos like that, you gotta text me and let me know you got them. I was scared as shit. I thought I sent them to the wrong person. I'm like, you could look at your damn last text messages and see who you sent it to. So she like, David, don't make me feel stupid as shit on this phone. Can you come and see me? So I'm like, yeah, I come and see you. So I go see Scarlett. I'm like, hey, girl, what's going on, Scarlett? She's like, hey, David. So our show is so big on HBO Max. It is still number one on HBO Max. I'm like, it is. Like, yep. I'm like, well, I needed to talk to you about something. She's like, what's up? Anything. So I'm like, look, I got the role to play Little Richie. She's like, you do? Wait, who the hell is Little Richie? Wait, I know who Little Richie is. He the one that sang Tutti Frutti, right? Tutti Frutti. That's him? Tutti Frutti? Oh, Rudy? I'm like, yeah, that's him. She's like, okay, so why is that bad news? I'm like, I ain't say it was bad news. It's like, but the look on your damn face is like you got bad news coming with the good news. Cause playing somebody like Little Richie is like a good thing. I'm like, yeah, but I gotta live out there in Paris for 2 years. I gotta like learn how to play the piano. So she's like, and that's gonna take 2 years? I'm like, no. She's like, I'm just saying, like, that's gonna take 2 years to learn how to play piano. I'm like, no, but it might take a full damn year. I mean, I don't know how to play a damn piano. So she's like, okay, okay. What about us though? What happens to us? I'm like, well, I'm gonna move you out there. I'm gonna move you out there in Paris. She's like, you are. You sure? I'm like, yeah, it's like, we've been doing this for like a week or two. Like having sex and stuff. I called you over here because I wanted to tell you. I mean, I know that a lot of girls is confessing that they having your babies and stuff, and I ain't want to add on to the problem, but I am pregnant too. I'm like, what? What do you mean you pregnant? She's like I'm pregnant. I'm like, okay. And how did you find out that you're having my babies? She was like, how do you know it's more than one? I'm like, I don't put just one baby in a girl. So she's like, okay, fine. So I found out that I was pregnant with your babies. I was with my mom and stuff, and I just kept throwing up and just not feeling my damn self. And I ate this meal that I always eat, and I never throw it back up. Like when I ate it, 5 minutes later, I'm throwing this shit back up. So I'm like, what the fuck? And that was definitely a red flag to me. So I'm like, okay, why, what, that was obviously weird. So I remember I already had set a doctor's appointment because that wasn't the first time me throwing out food and shit. So I was like, because I was eating the meals that I normally eat throughout the day. And it wasn't staying the fuck down. But then when I ate shit that I was craving for that I normally don't fucking eat, when I ate that shit, I didn't throw that shit back up. So I felt that like, that was like really fucking strange for me. So I'm like, this shit was happening for like 2 whole weeks. So I set it up a doctor's appointment, and I just remember I was scared because I didn't know what to really expect. Like I didn't know. Like I thought I had like a disease or some shit. I was scared because anytime that they do fucking, tests on you, and you gotta wait for the damn results, and then they're gonna tell you if you even have anything. That shit is a scary feeling, waiting for them to tell you if you got something. So I'm like, yeah, I know that damn feeling. So she like, so anyway, I go in there and I ain't know what to really expect. So the girl, it was a girl nurse. She comes in there. She's like, you look like you played on like a Disney show. And I was like, yeah, I was the little girl on Bunked. And she was like, could you show me who you are? And I'm like, what did I got to do with this damn doctor's appointment? So I'm like, I came here for a doctor's appointment, not for a damn interview or a damn, fucking audition. What the fuck? So she was like, oh, maybe next time. I'm like, yeah, maybe next time. Can you tell me what I got if I even have anything? Like what the test results say. So she was like, well, you don't got anything, but you are pregnant. So I'm like, pregnant? She's like, you have been having sex lately, right? So I'm like, yes, with my boyfriend. So she was like, okay, well, you can tell your boyfriend that you're pregnant because that is the problem. See, the foods you was eating with your normal routine, the babies don't want that. That's why when you were eating things that you were craving for, the food stayed down. It didn't come back up. But then when you ate stuff that the babies are not craving and you just put it in your body anyway, it just threw it back up because it didn't want it. You understand? So, yeah, you're pregnant. So she's like, so I'm just looking like, so I can't eat the foods that I want. So she's like, you can eat the foods that you want, but if the baby's not craving it, I suggest you not to eat it because all you're going to do is throw it back up. And being as though you're in your early stage of being pregnant, you might want to just give the babies what they want. So I'm like, but the babies, they crave for nasty shit. Pickles and peanut butter. I don't like that shit. So she's like, well, if they craving for that, you just got to give them what they craving for. So, David, I fucked up a whole jar of peanut butter and a whole jar of pickles. That's a nasty ass combination. But I ate the shit out of it like it was the best meal I ever had. So I'm like, yeah, the babies they crave for some weird shit. They babies. So she's like, funny thing was, it kind of was the best meal I ever had. I'm like, oh, it was like, it was so good though. I'm not even gonna lie. For some reason, I was fucking that shit up. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, that shit was a weird combination, but it wasn't that bad though. It was like, if you think about it, it sounds nasty, but if you actually eat it, it's not really that bad. So I'm like, pickles are nasty in general. She's like, not all pickles. Not all pickles are that nasty. I'm like, I don't even like pickles. She's like, you don't like pickles? I'm like, no. It's like, what about on your sandwich? I'm like, I probably would eat it if it's on my sandwich. It's not a big deal. Like people make it a big deal when pickles on a sandwich. Like it's not a bit. I will eat it if it's on my sandwich. Yeah, I eat it. It's not that. It's not like it's a whole damn pickle. So she's like, yeah, true, true. I'm like, what is it like 3 cut up pickles? I'm like, it ain't that really that big. It's not much of a big deal. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I can't stand them. I eat it if it's on a sandwich, but I'm not gonna eat it in general. So she like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Fine. Well, David, you know the good news, and I'm glad you're going, move me out there or whatever. Well, there's only one thing to do. I'm like, what's that? It's like, celebrate. You do know how to celebrate, right? So we ended up having sex and making love, and which was good, by the way. So I had to go back to my wife, tnerra. And my wife, tnerra, she was talking to her friend, Jasmine. She's like, girl, I got to talk to you. I'm glad you up. She's like, okay, well, what's up? She's like, so, listen to me. Remember when I told you I was thinking about giving you a job, but I had to run it by my husband? She was like, yeah. She's like, you still want that nanny job? She was like, yeah, how much do it pay? She's like, you ain't gonna be getting paid like every other week or every 2 weeks. You gonna be getting paid every first of the month. She was like, and how much are we talking? She was like 20,000 every first of the month. She was like 20,000. So she's like, yeah. She was like, oh hell yeah, I would, yeah, I'll take that shit. So she was like, yeah, I'll take that shit. She was like, okay, so you another thing, my husband got the role to play Little Richie. She's like, Little Richard? She's like, Little Richie. She's like, Little Richard. She's like, why are we saying two different fucking names? She's like, his name is Little Richard, not Little Richie. So she's like, whatever. She's like, he got casted to play Little Richard. So she was like, okay, that's good. She's like, yeah, but we gotta move the purse in 2 weeks. David texted me and let me know that we gotta move the purse in 2 weeks. So she's like, 2 weeks? She's like, yeah, and you are like the living nanny. You hired. So you gotta come with us. Cause you know I gotta do that reality show, girl. I'm gonna need your help. And David gonna be filming and all types of shit. Working on that fucking damn Little Richie biopic movie and all them other projects he gonna be working on. I'm gonna need your help. So she's like, all right, okay. All right, cool. So we leave in 2 weeks. She's like, yep. She's like, all right, that's cool. She's like, all right, well, I'm glad that we got that out the way. So I come in the door, I'm like, tnerra. She's like, baby, I'm in here. I'm like, where the babies at? She's like, they ain't up yet. They still sleep. I'm like, oh, all right. She's like, and please don't wake them up. So I'm like, okay. She's like, because it took me a long time to get them to bed. So I'm like, it's okay. I ain't gonna wake them up. So she's like, David, I'm real proud of you. Did I tell you that already? I'm like, yeah, you told me that, a couple times. You ready to do your own reality show? You ready to be the star, baby? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you're a boss now. She's like, I always been the boss. I'm like, you always been the boss? I ain't know that. I ain't know you always been the boss. She's like, well, yeah, I always been the boss. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right, I guess we'll see, huh? She's like, David, I never really been out there in Paris. This is going to be my first time being out there. I'm going to soak that shit up. We going to be there for 2 whole fucking years. Like, I'm literally going to soak the whole life of being in Paris. Like, I always wanted to go to Paris and just live out there and shit like that. And like see how they live out there in Paris. I just want to see if they live how we live. Like, because I'm pretty sure they probably live differently. I'm like, yeah, they do. I'm pretty sure they just like, I want to see what type of shows is out there. Like, because the shows that we have out here, I'm pretty sure they don't got out there. So I'm like, true, this is true. She's like, I want to see what type of shows they got out there. I'm really fucking curious. So I'm like, she's like, I am. And I just wonder, is I'm going to like become a different girl out there? Like, I don't know. Am I going to like their shows better or just like the lifestyle of living in Paris better than living out here? I'm like, I don't know, but we're going to see, tnerra. We're gonna figure it out together. She's like, you're not a little bit scared though, going to Paris and, being out there? I'm like, no. I mean, I done been to different states before. So she's like, yeah, but this is Paris. And we're going to be living out there for 2 whole years. I'm like, yeah. It's like, which means I'm going to have these babies that's in my stomach in Paris. They're going to be born in Paris. I'm like, yeah, they are. So she's like, wow, this is going to be incredible. I'm so nervous, but then I'm happy as hell. I'm like, you are? It's like, yes. So I'm going to talk to the directors and all that today. But I was wondering if you could talk to them. Because, they ain't going to listen to me. If I tell them to move out there, they work for you. So please, can you talk to them for me? I'm like, yeah, it's like, and then Now I could just get everything ready, search for a house out there in Paris. I'm like, I already got a house out there, I already got a mansion. She's like, you got a mansion in Paris and you never been there? I'm like, I ain't never said I never been in Paris. So she's like, you been in Paris? I'm like, yeah, I've been in Paris. She's like, and you bought a mansion? I'm like, I bought a ranch in Paris. She's like, you bought a ranch in Paris? I'm like, yeah, I got horses and everything out there. Horses, bulls, all types of shit. I got a whole farm out there. And even got goats and shit out there too. She like, in Paris. So we gonna be living on a ranch. I'm like, yeah. She's like, did you decorate the shit? Is it decorated? I'm like, well, that part I ain't do. She was like, see, so now I'm gonna have to stay here and get all the decoration. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, how are you gonna buy a whole bunch? She's like, David, I'm gonna get the premium shit, which means that my shit gonna be delivered in everything that I order is gonna be coming in 2 days. I'm like, but why would you have it come here instead of getting it sent out there? Why don't you just do that when we get to Paris? So she's like, yeah, you know what? That make more sense. Yeah, you're right. So I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm saying. But I still got to get everything together, like my clothes, everything I'm going to take, the baby stuff. I got to get all these stuff. I'm like, just say you want to stay in today. She's like, I want to stay in today. And Jasmine, I already talked to her, so I already hired her to be the living nanny. So she actually is happy about that. So I'm like, oh, she said, yeah? She's like, yeah. So I'm like, cool. So I went to, pick up Maddie. Maddie got up in the car. I'm like, so Maddie, you ready to go out on our date? So where we going at? She's like, David, stop playing with me. I'm like, what? She's like, how are you going to pick me up for a damn date and they're going to ask me where we going at? You supposed to be knowing because you the one taking me on a date. I'm supposed to get in the car and tell you where we going? So I'm like, no, I'm playing with you. So I take her to a movie theater, and I sit all the way in the back, and I, take Maddie with me. So she sit in the back with me. I'm like, look at you, girl. Damn, you beautiful. You are so damn beautiful. She's like, I am? I'm like, yeah, you are. It's like, yeah, I just want to know one damn thing. What took you so fucking long to like come and get me? Because I even told you that I wanted you back. I told you that I missed you and all that. And you was just like, you didn't think it was the right time for us to get back together. Why did you turn me down? Why now? I was like, because, I miss you. I'm going to be leaving for Paris in 2 weeks. She's like, wait, you're leaving me? Wait, you're leaving me. So we got back together only for you to leave me. Wait, so how long are you going to be gone? I'm like, for two years. She's like, 2 years? Well, what the fuck you going to be doing out there? I'm like, well, I'm going to be playing a little Richie. And in the biopic story, she's like, is that guy that sang that song, Tutti Frutti? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm like, they're going to be filming a movie out there, and I got to get trained to play the piano. So she's like, oh, okay. But what if I go with you? I'm like, well, I was going to ask you to go with me, but I know you still dating your boyfriend. She's like, David, I will definitely go. Can I bring Mackenzie? So I'm like, your sister? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, if she want to go, she's like, I don't know if she going to want to go for 2 whole damn years, but she going to probably want to go for a few months. So I'm like, she's like, David, it's Paris. I mean, who the fuck is going to turn down going to Paris? And you going to pay for all this, right? I'm like, yeah, I guess I am going to pay for it. So she like, yeah, David. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do about my boyfriend. I'm going to tell him that I got booked for a movie role out there in Paris. Like, I'm going to tell him that I got to film the movie in Paris. I'm like, yeah, but then he going to realize that you were lying when the movie don't fucking come out. So she like, David, by then we going to be broken up. It's not going to matter. By then we going to be already broken up. By then he going to realize that I don't want to be with him. So I don't even think that's going to be a problem. So I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, by the time he find out that I'm lying about being in a movie in Paris, by the time he find out that shit, we ain't gonna be together. We gonna be already broken up, so it's not gonna really matter. So I'm like, by then, huh? It's like, yeah, David, shut up. Yeah, by then. So I'm like, all right, baby. So she like, so I'm gonna tell him that tomorrow morning. Actually, I could tell him that tonight. I'm like, tell him what? She's like, well, I could tell him that I got booked for, like, I could tell him that I auditioned for a role. I'm like, but what if he asks you the name of the movie? What if he asks you all that? So she's like, he ain't that smart. He not gonna ask me what the name of the movie is. He never do. So I'm like, but what if he gets smart and end up asking you? So she's like, if he do get smart and end up fucking asking me, I got plenty of time to think of a fucking name. So I'm like, okay. So like, yeah, David, I got this. I'm good at thinking on my feet. And plus, I know how to sell it. So I'm like, okay, all right, good. Then it dawned on me. I'm like, damn, I gotta talk to my other wife, Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega been going through some things online, you know. There's a lot of shit going on with Jenna Ortega where niggas thinking that, you know, she's fake, you know, because she's, I don't know what the hell Jenna Ortega then got herself into. But I know I gotta talk to her, you know what I'm saying? So I heard that she disabled her account on Twitter because they was bullying her on Twitter. So she deleted her account and shit like that. So I had to definitely talk to Jenna and see where, you know, what was going on with her, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna put it in this damn story. I'll put it in the next story of me going to Jenna Ortega and talking to my baby. But look, you know, so Maddie was, touchy touchy. I like having sex with my girls in the movie theater. So I did. I made love to Maddie in the movie theater or whatever. And yeah, she looked it really good. Like really pretty, really sexy and stuff. And she was smelling real good too. And I just want to say this. Like, I did want Maddie back for a while, but I decided that, maybe it was just the best for her to just go back to her boyfriend a little while, just stay with him. And it wasn't me being like, I ain't want to like be with her or me playing hardball. I did it for a reason. I mean, when she came to me, I was still in the wheelchair and stuff. And I was just, I had too much shit going on, you know what I mean? But anyway, after I was done with Maddie, I went back to my wife, tnerra. She was online shopping for clothes and everything. I'm like, you buying a whole bunch of shit, ain't you? She's like, yeah. David, we're going to Paris. I'm going to buy shit out there too, but I won't buy shit now. I'm like, okay. It's like, we going to Paris, David. I want to be ready. So I'm like, all right, okay. It's like, and I want to get the babies some stuff too. I'm like, okay. It's like, I'm shopping for them first, and then I'll shop for myself. So I'm like, that's good, baby. Okay, yeah, get what you want, honey. So, so I remember, I'm laying on the bed and she laying on my chest. When tnerra get excited, she like pinched my damn. I'm like, stop pinching my damn nipples. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, David. I'm like, God damn, girl, you hurting me. You that excited way you gotta hurt me? You do that all the time. She's like, I'm sorry, baby. My bad. I ain't mean to do it like that. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna start the episode right here, with tnerra shopping online and getting a whole bunch of shit for Paris and everything. But playing Little Richie is something that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to play Little Richie. I really did, because I always thought he was very interesting too. But I will tell you my dream role. My dream role is to play Prince, the singer Prince. If I can get that role, if I could play Prince in a biopic story, that would be, oh my God. I would love to play Prince. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed me talking to y'all. Oh, and I just want to let everybody know that a lot of y'all didn't ask for certain lives that y'all got. So when people treating you bad in the family, it's not really your fault because you did nothing to them, especially if you're trying to love them. You know what I'm saying? and they ain't trying to love you back, you can't reach out a hand to somebody that's not reaching out their hand back. I mean, and eventually you just gotta let it go. You know what I mean? So I'll holler at y'all later, and I hope that everyone enjoyed this. And everybody stay positive, man, you know, because there's a lot of people out there that just ain't positive, you know. And keep your heads way up. Keep thugging and clutching. Deuces.